What's going on, guys? So we're going to talk about tying in these turkey wings. This is a modeled turkey quill. These are one of my favorite things to use when it comes to tying in any type of wing. But you can't use these on all types of flies. A lot of flies, they call for a simple mallard slips, which is what this is. But without further ado, we're going to get in how to tie it. Now, for demonstration purposes, I went ahead and I tied in some hackle. Most of the time when you're tying in wings, you're going to have something underneath of it. Now, when I tie in hackle, I like to flatten it down like that. And a lot of times, people will come with their thread, make a couple wraps just to pin those first few fibers down. It's not really necessary for this purpose though. So when you are tying with these slips, you have a softer side, and when you push on it, you see how it folds up everywhere, versus the stiffer side. It still folds up a little bit, but it's much stiffer than the other side. Another good way to tell, the stiffer side is darker, whereas the other side is a lot lighter. You can see the difference there. You got to make sure you have a pair. You're going to pull off the right side for the right side and the left side for the left side. I have two pieces here. A lot of different tyers do this a lot of different ways. Davey McPhail, which is arguably the best tyer in the world, he holds them side by side and then he crunches them down. I'll show you what that looks like here. The way I have it here, I've got the tips lined up for the most part. I mean, this is just a demonstration. And then you push like that. And when you fold that over, you're ready to tie in. Now, a lot of times, people tend to overthink this process. What I do is I pinch the shank, and I'm also pinching the feather. I do that, and I pull straight down. Okay? That's the easiest way to do it. As you see there, that is a perfectly acceptable wing. And you can grab this and manipulate it as well. You can manipulate the shape of it. However, a lot of people can't do that. And when you do that, when you're pinching the rear. You're pinching the feather here tighter than you're pinching the front. So we're going to undo this, and I'm going to show you another way that you can do that. So you're going to bring this up and you're going to pinch the thread. Now I have the thread in my fingers. It is not even touching the top of the feather. And you're going to let the thread lower itself down. You're going to kind of manipulate the feather, and then you're going to pull up. You're going to tighten by pulling up. Now, if everything's right, you should have a perfect feather. It is centered. It's just that the feather is a little bit crooked the way that it's on there. Now, when you're tying in slips, it's the same idea. The thing about a slip is they're not going to stay together that great, but it's the same process. I like to grab, pinch, pull straight down. Okay? And a lot of times, if you end up pinching too hard, you end up losing a fiber there. And you notice that they do come apart. And yes, you can tease them back together if you keep playing around with it. But to me, that doesn't really matter. You can push it back together, but it's going to come apart in the water. And the next part is cutting this. So when you go to cut, it moves it all around. So what I like to do is I grab the wing while I'm making my cut. And then I come all the way up to the eye, and I work my way back. Okay? So that's pretty much it for tying those in. Just don't overthink the process. Literally grab it, tie it in, and do it. These aren't perfectly lined up or anything like that, but again, this is literally just a small demonstration for you guys. If you have trouble with it or you have any problems with it and you don't understand what's going on, drop a comment or send me a message, whatever you need to do, and I'll make sure we get it figured out for you. As always, I appreciate you guys for being here, and I will catch you on the fly.